Currently in our area, 69 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 53. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mainly sunny. Very warm. High 88. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear skies. Low 56. Winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And you're watching the Weather Channel's live coverage of Hurricane Milton. I'm Mike Bettis live here in Tampa, Florida. An absolute pummeling from Hurricane Milton right now. Stuck in some really heavy winded rain at this moment. Official landfall has been made to Siesta Key, Florida. That's south of Tampa, near the Sarasota area. Believe it or not, voted multiple times the #1 beach in America. And I hate to think about how that beach may be rearranged by this major hurricane that has made landfall. Now, here in Tampa, at the International Airport, winds now gusting 64 miles an hour. Winds gusting 60 at McNeil Air Force Base. It is a sideways rain at this point, and the power outages have been increasing. Last check, 650,000 customers without power, but literally minute by minute, those numbers are going up at this point because of the heavy population that this hurricane is hitting, the amount of wind that we're getting, the amount of rain that we're getting is excessive at this point. Very concerned about what may happen with freshwater flooding. Double-digit rainfalls likely, especially right through the Tampa metro area. That will include some really heavy rain that's set up over St. Pete and Tampa. All right, I mean, the rain has been relentless for hours. Rainfall rates now exceeding 2 inches per hour. The rain and wind in combination, though, and I look behind me here, the apartment complex behind me, at least this one here, has lost power. Still got some lights on back in that direction. Might be on a different grid there. And we've got some lights on here at the parking garage that we're at. But this has really been an immense northern side of this storm. It's all been interacting with the front, and so the two in combination. I love our hurricane explanation of this. So the two things interacting, the hurricane and the front together, almost making this like a southeastern nor'easter, if you will. But I want to get down to Felicia Combs. She's in Fort Myers, where we know, Felicia, storm surge could become an issue. It's so interesting to me how this hurricane has a bit of a split personality, right? You can split the hurricane in half. Northern side, nothing but rain and wind. Southern half, it's all about the wind, not nearly as much rain.
Yeah, Mike, you know, it really is kind of a tale of two different storms within the same storm. And I will tell you, our story here in Southwest Florida, where I am around Fort Myers, is the storm surge. It's the wind as well. We've been watching power flashes all around us because there are, you know, little islands and more land well off to the north of us. But what I will tell you is, and what I'm keeping an even closer eye on, I just walked down here, I've been waiting for that wind to switch direction. I've been talking about it for the past 6 hours or so since we've been out here, and I said as soon as that wind gets a more westerly component, this area that I'm in, which is the pool deck of our hotel, is going to start to flood, and that is exactly what's happening. We've got more of a westerly component. You can see it here. Those waves are crashing up over this pool kind of deck right now, and I can tell you that there's a good, oh man, probably 6 foot drop off. So we're seeing that water rise, and now there's kind of nothing to stop it once it gets up to that level. Those waves are coming in, and it's starting to roll in pretty regularly. So what we saw in our other location, where I told you, you know, not everything is flooded, this is just one spot of our resort, I think that's going to be more of the view that we're starting to see around here before all is said and done, because we've got those onshore winds now. They are going to be cranking, and that is going to push that wind energy up against the waves and all all of that westerly wind energy is going to start to push this water in here. Now, during Hurricane Ian 2 years ago, where I'm standing was up to 5 foot of water. I'm about 5'6", so that's what, up to about my nose, my chin, and the forecast, of course, as we know for this area, could be double digits. So we will wait and see what happens as we head toward high tide and as we continue with hours of this onshore push of water. But Jim, I will tell you, just in the past hour or so, it is a completely different story in terms of how that storm surge is coming up where we are here in Punta Rasa.
You know, and it's amazing that you say that, because the same thing's happening here. The water is still coming up. We are where we were with Helene right now with the storm surge, and it is still coming up, all right? Even though we've had a landfall, guys, if you're just joining us, 8:30 this evening at Siesta Key. So that is right there near Sarasota. We've had a landfall. Winds have been pushing the water out of Tampa Bay, so that's an area to the south of Tampa Bay. But here's the deal. Don't miss this. You're looking at a parking garage. It's taking on the water. It was built to do that. But what you don't see are these areas around Port Charlotte and around Venice and around Englewood that are probably in the double-digit storm surge area. Maybe not here in Port Charlotte, maybe not Punta Gorda, but certainly up toward the north. The water is still coming up here. And all of this water coming into this storm surge is doing a tremendous amount of destruction. And this is why we asked you to get out of harm's way. Only tomorrow at first light and when the water starts to go out. And we may not be able to get out of here tomorrow. We'll see how high the water is, because we've got an overnight high tide coming in, just how bad it is in through here. And remember, like I told you at the beginning of our shots, we have debris piles here as well, like we were talking to you about when we had in Tampa. So all of that has been added to the storm surge in through here, sloshing around and potentially even causing more damage. So miles and miles along the seacoast, that will be forever changed. Compliments of Milton coming ashore with likely double-digit storm surge. We've had winds to nearly 100 miles an hour near the Bradenton area. That has been the toughest one. Hey, guys, our live coverage continues. Good luck, Cantori Bettis, coming at you after we pay a few bills and go to this break. Stick around.